morning, everybody.
Good morning. Hello, hello. Hi, Terry.
Hi, Jane. Thank you for having me today.
Thank you for getting up so early and being on with me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, my pleasure. I'm always up. So,
Oh, look at there. Oh, right. Let's say hello to some people. We got some people here. Uh, you know, well, yeah, I want to say hello first, and then I want to introduce you, and we're going to talk a little bit. And what we hope to do is um, have some shared experiences with you, with us. Feel free to put in your comments about like, oh, you have done this. Maybe you have a question about of something of a spiritual nature that you had happen to you, and you were wondering about it, and maybe we can help you out with that. So, good morning, Nancy. All right. So let me say hello to some people. Aside from you, Terry. So we have Natalie. Good morning, and Teresa stopped by. Um, so thank you for
oh,
stopping by.
hi, Teresa.
Yeah, and we have Emerald Buddha. I always feel so good with Emerald Buddha. Just a beautiful name, beautiful energy. And good morning, Zena's place. Lisa, my sister-in-law, ex-sister-in-law.
Oh,
She's my friend and family to me. And then we have Jackie and Kelly. What is this? What she says? It must be Christmas. Two of my
oh, Kelly. She's so sweet.
cheers, Kelly.
Kelly has a great channel too.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Her name is shared with somebody else's, but I'm sure somebody could put it in the comments. And the the link to your channel for you guys to know is down in the description box. But see, I can't talk. Um, I need help with words. Let's see. So, Constance, what the L? Good morning, Constance L. And is it Marita's mirror? Marita's? I don't know. Is that how you say
Oh,
that?
Cindy.
I
Yeah,
Cindy.
Marita's mirror. I know. I see it and I just say Cindy, but Marita's mirror. Yeah, she's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah, that's funny. All right, and Nancy Crohn's intuition is here. Lauren is here. Good morning. Good morning, Jennifer. It is so nice to see. Oh my gosh, yeah, right. Valerie S.
Oh, hi, Valerie.
Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, it's so good to see you. And Judith is here. So, look, we got a great group. So, I thank you all for being here. And Cindy is good, she says. Good. Thank you, Cindy. And since you don't have a channel, I like to call people by their channel name. And there's Karen Johnson. Good morning. Good morning.
Karen.
And I think Karen's I hope she gets to stay around for a little bit today because I have a feeling she'd have a lot of great wisdom. And you all do. And there's Silver Star Priestess.
Yay. Hi, Silver Star.
And she's driving, so she says hello to everyone. I know her, and she comes in all sparkly with hearts and everything. So, keep your eyes on the road, and thank you for being here. All right. I think what I'm going to do is we're going to do some stuff, but I think to start us off, I'd like to. Well, Terry, I'm going to offer you. I know because I know you do the meditations, but is there
Mhm.
anything like would you like to lead us in like three deep breaths or whatever? Any not, and I'm not putting a
Yeah, I'd love to.
just like a
Sure.
short little thing to just get us energized.
Okay, let's sit up straight or lay down straight. Wherever you are, you're good. Take a deep breath in through your nostrils, all the way up to your larynx. Release it through the mouth, the cleansing breath, all the way down to your sits bones. And give an extra push, letting go of anything that doesn't serve us, centering ourselves. Take two more breaths like that. And letting go with the push at the end again. When we let go with that push, we release the CO2 that we hold into our bodies in times of stress or just thinking about things. And let your body breathe you. And let's go ahead and bring in our guides and angels while we're here. Archangel Michael. Thank you, Michael. All right, that's it.
All right. Woo! I feel it. Did anybody feel that? Just saying. All right.
That
I'm
breath work is it's so good for your body. It reduces your blood pressure, brings your body to homeostasis.
yeah, and I have a problem. The CO2 level in that's one of my issues, and that's why I had to get the BiPAP machine, is
Oh,
because of the all the time that I stop breathing at night when I'm sleeping. The CO I don't breathe out enough, and so my CO2 levels go up really high.
I think if more people were tested for that, Jane, we'd have it'd be so helpful because that's so common after everything that's happened with politics and the big C and everything that's gone on. So yeah, releasing stress.
There you go. Yeah, and hello, Ivana Intuitive.
Oh, Ivana.
Yeah, yeah. A few breaths to realign. Yeah. All right, and then I'm gonna do what I do. Yes, indeed. Yeah. She got that tingling. Yep. Whoops. Sorry, Jackie. There you go. Yep. Yep. All right, and I'm gonna, I just do my IMs. I do this little thing, and you can take or and leave what you don't want. Take what you want, leave what you don't want. Okay? Because I gotta do me. Dear angels and spirit guides, thank you for your guidance and wisdom. Thank you for guiding me on this journey. My third eye is open and the veil is thinning. Please keep me out of fear and keep me in wonder and amazement. I ask to be connected to the great I am at all times. I am love. I am joy. I am compassion. I am one with the divine. I am a seer. I am a believer. I am connected to the great I am. So be it. Right.
Amen. I love that. I love your IMs.
They're powerful. Every time you say I am, you're well, anyways, that might be another show. You
It is true. Yeah. Yeah. It has such a great vibration. It's all
yeah,
about energy.
you're bringing in that wonderful positive I am consciousness energy and
Right. Yeah.
and yeah, and you want to keep it um
Positive. If we
positive.
say I am with something negative, it gives it a lot of power.
Exactly. Good morning, Mama Bear. Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Oh, Ivana.
And if I write it, if you saw my um all of my well, they're capitalized, the I ams.
I do that too. I love that.
Well, because okay, I'll just go ahead and say it. I say that when you that hi Marvita, good morning. So
Um,
it's evoking the God consciousness is called the great I am. So
mhm.
when we say the I am, we're bringing in that God consciousness, and so therefore I want to bring in joy, compassion, all those things that I am seeking and hope to be, right?
Yeah. In Sanskrit, it's aham, which is
Ah,
so, yeah, the
mhm,
vibration of the universe. It's
I
beautiful.
love that. Yeah, sometimes good morning, Gertrude. Sometimes I chant the and it's a little different, and I'm not very good at any of that stuff. But I chant the Om So Hum.
I love that.
Yeah, so and then I do the money.
Moni Padme. You know, I got to admit, I have a lot of learning disabilities. So I have cheat sheets for all my chants because my memory with language isn't always good. I can vision up, I can um, see a vision of it and the vibration of it. But yeah, I need a cheat sheet.
Yeah, yeah. Hi, Jackie. So nice to have you here. It's so nice to have everyone here. So, what I would like to do is introduce. This is Teri at Holding Your Space. She is a psychic medium, and this is why I say be your true, authentic self, because then you attract those like-minded people. And so I ended up sharing space with Teri, and we have had shared experiences. Um, And so I'd like you to just tell us a little bit about yourself for those who may not know you.
Okay. I am a psychic medium. I do channeling work, intuitive work, some cards. Some I got to say, Jane is like a marvel at the cards. So I asked her to help me while I'm here, and um, I started quite young and worked on it. At 12, I had a mantra and was doing past life regressions for other people at like 13. So, and then I became normal at 17. I decided I wanted to be normal.
Don't we
And
all try?
right. And then my life went this way and that through Buddhism and Catholicism and Unitarianism. I did the isms.
All those
So,
little,
yeah, yeah. And then I came back to it like a lot of people when we had some downtime.
right? And good morning, Pamela. Thank you for being here. Yeah. Pamela says good morning to everyone.
Oh,
So,
hi, Pam.
yeah. So, one of the things that you and I share is that at a very young age, we saw, I did not know that they were spirits at the time. My story, is a weird story. What did what did you think when you saw beings? How were you treated as a you know? Tell me about that childhood part of it.
Well, I remember as a child being able to jump out of my body, and I thought it was just something fun like blowing bubbles. So I just assumed everybody did it. And then I think one of my first visions was walking to the top of my grandmother's steps and seeing an angel. And she said, my given name is Teresa. And she said, hello, Teresa. And talked to me for a minute. And I went back downstairs and I told everybody in the room what had happened. Well, she'd taken on the persona of great aunt that had died. That was, and everybody knew who it was when I, and they were just all kind of looking at each other. But
Oh,
but then I'd see spirits of the land. We lived in a kind of a rural area in the suburbs with cornfields and woods around us. And so I'd see spirits of the lands and other things as I went along and till then later in my 20s, I'd see spirits as they were leaving the planet. So
oh.
as they
So
were,
do you work with Archangel? Is it
I
Raziel or Raguel?
think it's
Which
Raziel. The
Raziel?
Is that right? Again, my learning disabilities.
I
So
can I can look it up, but go continue. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, I do. And instinctively, when this would happen, so many of these things always happen when you're going through transformation, right? So, or as I like to call them, another effing growth opportunity. So, so my mom was dying, and I had an apartment very close to the hospital that she would go to, and that just kind of changed something in my energy. I guess because I was searching more, right? And all of a sudden, all these entities would come from the hospital as they were leaving and transforming, leaving the planet. And I just knew that I had to call in Jesus. And I was working with who I knew. So it was Jesus, Archangel Michael, and St. Patrick. And they were light orbs. They weren't, but it was visions of light orbs. And they took care of them. And I was fine with it. It didn't scare me. It was just something kind of beautiful. And if they didn't want to go, then they couldn't stay in my apartment. So,
Wait, wouldn't say. I want to grab. I'm going to grab. I'm listening, but I want to grab my angel Bible because I want to look up which angel it is. And hi, Viviani and Teresa and Mara and
Dion,
anybody anybody that and hugs. Um, yeah, an effing growth opportunity. Exactly. Right.
yep, yep.
Um, which is interesting because and I was going to grab. I told you, where's my angel Bible? So tell us a little bit more about yourself while I try and find
Okay,
angel
will
it is that greets spirits as they come.
will do. So, that was just something that started happening, and as people were, leaving, they would come to me, and it just oh, okay, Gertrude, Azrael,
Oh, Asriel.
Archangel Azrael. Yeah.
Oh, okay, Asriel. Okay, thank
So
you. I should have known that somebody would be in the chat.
yeah,
Would know
yeah,
that,
right. Gertrude.
and of
Gertrude
course
has
you
a
do.
great channel, you guys. She channels.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. She channels on her channel.
She does channel. Angel, yeah, I do have an angel Bible. I'll show you, Kelly. Um, it's called the Angel Bible.
Nice.
There's a lot of books. There's a lot of fluff in here, but there's some interesting knowledge and wisdom in there as well. So, anyways, yes. So,
Yeah, so I would work with that, and, I got a 4-year degree at the School of Metaphysics before I graduated from high school. So, I've worked with the Chopra Foundation, and, I'm a meditation coach with them. What else have I done? Different certifications and different things, and channeling and mediumship. And probably like a lot of us out there, I kept going because it's just a thirst for it's just this is what brings me joy. Like other people like shoes or purses or and I think all of us probably have this in common. We like light. So um, so that's my favorite thing to do. And I know we talk about like what we want, what we're supposed to be here for, and I think it's always whatever brings us joy.
mm, yeah, yeah. Um, I will take that. I will agree with that, and I also think that it's also what challenges us.
Oh, 100%. When we
Because
have oh, go ahead.
no, because like you said, those effing growth opportunities, right? I mean,
Yeah.
so I think it's here to grow and learn, and yes, to we want to live in joy and love and all of that, but it's also about challenges because otherwise, I don't know, it just doesn't make sense to me that why we when we get into why do we have to come to earth, why do we have these lives, what is this about us, and who are we and what are we, and I think about those things. So
That's you're such a guru because that's exactly what um um the Vedas talk about is daily to question yourself. Who am I? What am I? What is my purpose, my dharma? Why am I here? So, and what do I want? And more importantly, what am I grateful for? So, and again, those I ams and the what am I grateful for, they just have a similar energy that comes in.
mhm. Yeah, and so did you pull a card?
Yes, I did.
What'd you get? I
I
like
got,
to, oh,
um,
like I just have to share one thing. I'm so sorry. This is so funny. Tarot shoes, clothes, or tarot decks. Tarot shoes, clothes, or tarot decks. Yes, all of it.
all of the above, right? So I got the Takini. So she is the embodiment of the divine feminine and intuition. So I just kind of loved her. The enlightened feminine. My gut instinct is wise beyond reason. I trust my intuition to guide me. So being in that flow and letting go, right?
I love that. I love that. Hi, Sue. Welcome.
Hi, Sue.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, Jackie and crystals. Yes. Yes. Wait. But yes, Jackie, and yes, Silver Star Priestess Heather. And crystals.
Definitely.
Cards, crystals, all that stuff that brings in that good energy. I even have like I have rose water, and I love to, if I am feeling a little down, or just every morning I spray rose water on my face. Is it, yeah, yeah, so that helps bring in the, hi Michelle Shining's light. So yeah, so this is what we're doing. So so let me just show you the cards that I pulled. That is beautiful and wonderful. I love it. I got the King of Cups, inspiration. So you got in the feminine energy, because I was like, why am I bringing in the King of Cups? Well, I brought in the masculine energy with the
Oh,
King
I
of
love
Cups,
that.
which is, and it says, what does it say down here? In inspiration. So I do hope
Say,
that we inspire people today to get in touch with your inner knowing and your inner self. That's what we're kind of like talking about today, is those guidance, those
yeah,
lighthouses.
right. So, and yeah, we were talking about that. We had a conversation recently about meditation and how right now we're going through so much transformation. There's so much light energy coming into the planet, and how sometimes in meditation, you just feel yourself lifting off, or maybe in a dream, or maybe in a vision. And all of a sudden, your spirit kind of leaves your body. And I had this recently, and I could see my spirit leaving my body. And I tried to make sure that I was anchored, that I
Yeah.
had my cord,
Mhm.
and that Archangel Michael was there. And I was like, okay, because that's kind of my go-to. If something comes in, I always, well, like you do your IMs, and I always bring in my angels and my spirit guides, and um, so he's kind of my guardian, and I make sure that everything's okay. And then I looked around me and I saw so many other spirits doing the same thing,
Mm.
just lifting.
Yes. That's why we were talking about that. Yeah, it's raining here too. Silver Star Priestess has a lot of snow, and Michelle, Shining Light Tarot, we understand.
Mm.
You've had a big loss, so holding you. Um, The other card that I got, because I always like, oh wow, this is interesting. I'm going. I like to look at the. I pull from the top and from the bottom, and I got Priestess, and I think that that's what a really great card for us is, because that's what we're doing. Is we are being our high priestess selves and connecting to that wisdom and knowledge, and hopefully you guys in the chat as well. And really, this is, I get the Empress here, so I believe that this, what we're doing today, is an opportunity for all of us, of to sharing all of our, the possibilities that we have in our life, and all the things that we're doing, and hopefully there'll be some aha moments. So, right?
Yeah, and I also got, Mary of Nazareth, the Mother of God.
Oh,
I am blessed. So, many scholars believe that she was also a prophet or in her own right. She was also a high teacher, um, an ascended master. So, anyway, I love that.
that's interesting. That's good. And Valerie, yes, when you come back, let us know. But at the end, we will probably be doing some mini readings. It's not exactly what we were about today, but we certainly can pull cards for people when and as needed. But here's what I want to. Here's where I really want to, the the meat and potatoes of why I wanted Teri on here, not to offend any vegans, but why? But the maybe it's the gravy. Biscuits and gravy sounds so good right
Oh,
now.
girl. Yeah.
Doesn't that sound good? Um, is I had an experience, and so um Terry and I were talking about it, and I feel like Terry, me being my authentic self, I felt like I could be my authentic self with you, Terry, and tell you about what happened to me. And I'm going to tell you now, and it was really nice to share that experience. Hi, cat mama, meow. She says meowdy. Um,
Aw.
um, is what happened to me, and I've had lots of experiences, and we can get into these experiences, and please, all of you in the chat, if you have these experiences, be sure and let us know. Let's see, the archangel, other angels. Oh, okay. Very good. See, that's
Karen.
what I want, is that I'm hoping that we can all share our wisdom and knowledge. Miss Tarot D, good morning. Yes, meet Terry. And I just want you to know, I hope it's okay that I say this, Miss Tarot D, I did take my links that please, I took my wish list out of my things. Everybody just enjoy your holidays. But Miss Tarot D got me the Gil Tarot, and I want you to know, I hope you don't mind that I said that, but this was a deck. It was a dream come true for me. I have connected to this deck like you. I have to buy another one for just me, because this one has to get used on the channel. Anything that's bought for me for the channel gets used on the channel, and I want one just for me too, because I have a feeling it's just such a lovely deck. It does the same kind of art that I do, so it's filled like, it's not good. It's, see how the lines in this.
Gosh,
It,
yeah.
but I do this. This is the drawing that I do. This is my doodle, and
Oh,
I can doodle all day.
Jane, do you have your own cards yet?
No, I was making some and then I lost them.
Mm.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Tarot D. And so, anyway, all right, you guys. So, thank you. So, okay, so I want to tell you what happened. I need to take a little sip.
Ditto.
So, we were talking about some things, but I was telling Terry about how I was listening to a guided meditation. Okay, Cat Mama Meow's in lurker mode. That's good. We're good with that. Um, I was listening to a guided, I thought it was a guided meditation. I don't know what it was, but it was a meditation with Eckhart Tolle. Okay. And I had my headphones on and I was listening to Eckhart Tolle, and I'm sitting right here, and I'm listening to the thing. And all of a sudden, yeah, sip, Jackie. All of a sudden, my essence, I'm going to say my essence, and I'll explain that later. My essence left my body, and I was running. I was like floating around in the corners of my room, and I didn't feel any pain. And I was like, "Ooh, this is fun," because I really love to fly. I am a pilot too, so I mean, I love to, like, in all ways. I love to fly, but so to leave my body, and I was flying around, and I was doing this great time, and then I realized, because Eckhart Tolle was speaking, that I couldn't understand English. I couldn't understand what he was saying. And it was very foreign to me. I was like, and so I'm like, oh my gosh. And it was like somebody cut the cord of me flying in the room, and I thumped back into my body. I just went whoosh. And I was like, oh, okay, wow, that was freaky. So I talked to Terry about it. And you can say your experiences. And so I wanted to share that. I thought, you know what? I'm going to come out of my closet of weird things happened to me and in my life, um, and share them with you, because I think that a lot of us have these experiences and we're like, oh my gosh. Because I mean, like I said, that really, it jarred me. It was frightening. So what are you? what do you have to say about that, Terry? And what is your experience of being astro whatever, or just
So I do a lot of guided meditations, and on my channel, but also for me, when I go into meditation, I do a couple of different meditations. I do a silent meditation where I'm just listening, but m my vision process, and I think yours is like this too, probably, Jane, is such that it doesn't stay quiet for very long until there's flowers and butterflies and energy that's in movement, and, um, so I float off and I see a lot of people, and I see a lot of angels and, maybe some galactics, and sometimes I do need to make sure that, like I said, that Archangel Michael is, at my side and all my angels. But, I kinda have, this rule when I go to bed is just that, um, they're with me, and if I've done something the night before that I didn't care for, I ask not to go there again. And the same thing in the morning, I call them in every morning. So
yeah.
that answered
So,
that question. I kinda ran off with that.
well, kind of. I was hoping you would have would have said like an experience.
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
mean, no, what you were saying was absolutely great, and I love the way you explain it. What I'm wondering is also too, like, so like Mama Bear is saying here. As a kid, I remember flying. I do too. I wish I had those dreams again. Um, is an adult As an adult, I always wonder if I was astral traveling or something like that.
Wow. Yeah, definitely. And I think that's what I was doing when I was jumping out of my body for sure as a child. I work with, a lot of vortex energy, when I'm in meditation, and that's part of the healings that I do. But that was just sent to me. But I was at one point I was doing a meditation and I wound up on top of a spaceship, and they were showing me how on top of the spaceship you can create a vortex in different directions for different reasons. And then later, um, that week or that month, they showed me just an energy. You didn't need that spaceship for that, but just that information was coming in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Sorry. There's let's see. So people are sharing experiences. Judith, as a child, I had many out of body experiences. My favorite was flying around my neighborhood at night. Yep. So
Oh,
I think a lot of us did that. And I always just thought I was like, wow, I had the best dream ever. I was flying over the neighborhood, and never once did I think, oh, I probably really was flying over my neighborhood. So that's very interesting. But so, because I guess because you just, how is it that you were just okay with these things?
I think when you grow up with them, I
But
gosh, I
I'm
don't
talking about
know.
when you were smaller, and because I mean, as a child, I would have these experiences, and I was like, I hid from everybody and I didn't talk about them. And I thought that I was just super, super odd, and nobody was like me. You know, and so then I went into all that other kind of stuff. But so was it because you felt like you were so open to the angels that you just allowed and knew that they were angels and
Well,
allowed that? Or,
yeah, they made me happy. They gave me joy. And I don't know if anybody else did this, but I remember as a child, if something scared me, if an energy that was coming in that would scare me, I'd put my face in the pillow and I'd pretend like I was inside a television and I would turn the channel.
yeah.
So, and I would see every time I turned the channel, I'd see different, maybe not different entities always, but different energy. Um, yeah, so that helped. But also, my mother was involved in metaphysics.
Okay, see, there you go,
Yeah,
right there. I
right.
think when you are supported and because, my mother grew up on a farm,
Yep.
and, my dad, who even knows? I mean, I know my dad, not like that, but, I don't know, he grew up in a very religious family, so, we went to church as a child, when I was little, and so I wasn't supported, like, when I was a little girl and I used to see the angels all around my bed, and,
Mhm.
I had to connect dots throughout my life. So in as a small child, these beings that were around my bed, they scared me, and because what they were saying is they were saying, we're angels and you're gonna have many operations in your life and we're gonna be with you. So, but to me, all I heard was operations and doctors and nurses. So they were doctors and nurses who were gonna cut me open when I was asleep. And I would cry and I would run to my mom. There's people all around my bed and they're gonna operate on me, and we're like, go back to sleep. That's, I didn't have that comforting experience, I
And
guess.
yeah, and I went to, Catholic schools and went to church every morning, and my dad was very immersed in that. My mom was pretty fluid, and she said, "You can always get something good out of anything." Out of, if you're listening to the priest talk, look for the good. And that was really helpful, but yeah, I've hidden a lot of this, and I still hide it sometimes. I'm not as open. I guess I'm just coming out. I'm just flying my freak flag, my spirit flag, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know about you, but not all my friends know that I do this.
Oh, yeah. I know. I think, yeah, Sue, she remembers too. Yeah, now we know it's real. I think if I'm gonna call it right now. If that's the one thing that the biggest thing that we get out of this is that yes, we were all flying around when we were kids.
Yeah.
And it was before we had responsibilities. I think because we were so free, and me being a Pisces, I'm so into escapism. Um, yes, oh, you get taken to a void, and the guides. Oh,
Who said that?
yeah, Silver Star Priestess.
Oh, I bet. Silver Star Priestess does amazing,
Yes, she is.
meditations, just incredible.
Yes,
And those sound bowls that you use, Silver Star, are just,
yes.
vibrations.
I have a cat meowing. I
Okay.
get, and I can say this now. I receive huge downloads during her meditations with those bowls and with her forks. She uses forks as well. And
Um,
the downloads are just crazy. Come on in. Man.
I, and one thing that, is so like this, I don't know if anybody else feels this, but, I'm really attuned to water. I love water. And when I, get in water, I don't like to swim so much as I like to just float and look up at the sky and be one with the water and one with the sky. And it was a long time before I realized that that's what I do in meditation too. We float, right? We're just out of body and floating. And um, it just feels like I've done it many times in many lives. So I don't know if anybody else feels like that, but
Well,
it's a dream.
I didn't feel like that like growing up, but I feel like that now,
Yeah. Yes.
right?
Yes.
Why is this here, Michael? B said, because the thoughts are real. Oh, that's the continuation of your story. So yeah, that's a big yes. Yeah,
Wow.
that's powerful. That is powerful, Marvita. Yeah, and yeah, yes. Put the hands on the eyes on the road, hands on the wheel. Serene, Mama Bear. Yeah,
Oh, Lauren. Yeah. Oh, good. You got it. Oh, that's so beautiful.
and
We are
that's
blessed.
yeah, that's exactly the way I feel too. I'm like, I get to leave my body, and I'm not in pain, and yeah. And what you were saying, Silver Star Priestess, then her praise, she receives that.
So, Archangel Michael does so much work with his sword and protection and whatnot. And don't be afraid to ask him for some guidance and some protection. But also, I remember kneeling in front of him in meditation and asking him to pierce or I don't know if I asked or somehow it was connected, and he pierced my third eye. And that was a big opening for me.
Mm.
And then another time working with the heart, but working with the chakras and that sword, the sword of truth, the sword of protection. It's just that energy is huge. Every
Yeah, and I would assume, since I've heard you say, like, you talk about Catholicism a little bit, so that they really look to Archangel Michael and the archangels, and of course Archangel Michael is the angel, because Archangel Michael can be with everyone at all times, and he is for the protection. So, yes, we put the bubble of light around us, our homes, our families, our cars, our neighborhoods. I mean,
Mhm.
we just whoo out that energy. And thank you, Jackie, for putting in Teri's link. Um,
Jackie.
yeah, so we all were floaters. Look at this. We were all floaters. Was there anybody here? Oh, yeah. Yeah, family, neighbor. Yeah, the world. And then also, too, um, Saint Germain and the Violet Flame, which,
Oh,
right?
yes.
And that's also an archangel is associated with the Violet Flame. I forgot which one. Do you remember?
Gertrude.
Huh? Oh, Gertrude. Gertrude, are you here? Which angel is the Violet Flame?
I think, is it Raphael?
No, Raphael is green.
Okay.
I'll
See?
find it. Hang on. Don't
Okay.
worry. All
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
So go on and talk to us about what is something else that
Okay. So, with the floating, and letting go, so that's such a big cleanse, isn't it? To just let go of everything around us and just be one, but and release, but also looking around and sensing who else is there. And lately I see so many entities, so many light workers around me when I do that. I don't know if you're finding this. I'm sure you are, that um, when we look around, we can sense um, so many people that are on. Okay, so I also work with a grid around the planet, and I go there.
Zadkiel.
Yeah, so going there to recharge as a light worker is huge, and also to send light. But and that's kind of where I float to now.
Oh, yeah. So we can, because we know, and it's Archangel Zadkiel that carries the violet flame, and Saint Germain. And Saint Germain, what does Lauren says? Oh, Archangel Michael has come to you a few times just to make you stop acting on my anger, if used to have that you used to have. Okay. Yeah. Oh, it's okay. Don't worry. Saint Germain. Yeah. I know it's Saint, you know how I know it's Saint Germain? Um, Silver Star Priestess is because it rhymes with violet flame. Saint Germain, the violet flame.
Oh, that's good. I need that. Okay.
Yeah. And but I can't, and I thought it was Zadkiel, but I wasn't positive. So thank you, Emerald Buddha. I thank you so much. Yes. So okay. So what I'm hearing from you is, when you are meditating and having these spiritual experiences, you are seeing other people who are floating around or meditating and having these same sort of experience, or seeing, are these, do you feel like these are human beings that are having a spiritual experience and meditating, and I know you see people who are leaving the planet, but I mean, but I'm sure that are you saying you see a lot of people or feel the energy, I guess.
That is such a great question. I think that that is what I'm feeling and seeing, or is the collective. So for me, the collective is consciousness, and that consciousness I wouldn't put into just a human species. I'd put them into often a galactic species and a different universe, a different. So I feel like the whole world becomes, or the whole universes, all the universes become awakened, and it's just kind of different types of light, and I feel like so many of us here are from all those different types of light, different types of consciousness, all one consciousness, but perhaps different origins, different modes of knowing.
Yeah. You know, yes. Yes. And with Cindy's question here, I have not brought up yet. I did pull. I talked about the tarot that I pulled. I did not talk about the. I pulled an Earthcraft card as well, which Ms. Tarot D has a video out right now going through this deck. I don't know what her opinion is of it, but I am liking it. I haven't even read the book. I'm just like looking at the pictures and feeling the feels and getting what I want off of it. Um, but I think, Cindy, because I got this inner healer, um, and
Um,
I don't wonder if it could have possibly have been like you said, a healing, pretty powerful. And I was like, this card's going to come up at some point in our time together today. When is it going to come up? And there it is. So that's what I think was probably. It feels to me, Cindy, like that's like it was a healing. Yeah. Let's see. Interesting. How many see I feel? Oh, go on.
oh, I was just going to say, Cindy, this is so you. You have that emperor energy of leadership and organization, and uh, you know, it's definitely going to happen. I mean, I just always see her with her own psychic network or something. She does incredible things.
Wouldn't that be funny? I'd
Yeah.
work for what call 1-800 call psychic or whatever.
Yeah.
People be like, I just floated out of my body and some being said to me, and we'd be like, that's okay, honey. It's happening to a lot of people. So what you need to do is go make yourself a cup of tea and
Yeah.
write down the messages that you received.
You know,
Ah, I just received that message.
I think Eckhart said that we were talking about that, and he was talking about somebody said someone was awakening, and they went to their professor and they said, um, "I'm hearing voices, and is that normal or is that good?" And they said, "Well, it depends on what the voices are saying to you." So,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know,
So write them down. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so there you go. So Lauren asked for the visions to stop. Understandable,
yeah.
now you feel them. Yeah. So light workers were it's all. I know I need coffee too. Go serve. Yeah. And let's see here that I had a light being next to me when I was sleeping. Oh, we already did that. We went through that.
Mhm.
I thought you had said something else. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm trying to keep up, but I just can't. I haven't had my coffee. I just had my sleepy time tea, and yeah, I'm using the Earthcraft, Miss Tarot D. If you're still here, I didn't know if you liked it or not. I thought maybe you might like it because it does have diversity. It is mostly women, but it's got a lot of this. This is such a wonderful deck. Um,
That's beautiful.
yeah. Do you want to? I'm feeling like right now in this conversation, if we both pull a card, if we can come up with a conversation about, I wonder if it will lead us into a conversation.
I love it.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll try that just
Yeah.
for.
Oh my. It's too many. Oh, this is perfect. So this is Sarah Lakali. Um, she is um, a human coming down as Kali, the goddess Kali.
Uh-huh.
She's the queen of the outsiders. So being the queen of the outsiders and embodying that, I think as intuitives, we are so often feel like outsiders and outcasts. We're different. And when we grow up, and I think that's so great about YouTube and these groups. I mean, this camaraderie, this fellowship,
Yeah.
because we have been outsiders, most of us, for most of our lives.
Yeah, felt like it. Hello, Marcia Green. Nice to see you. And anyone I missed, thank you for being here. And thank you, moderators, for keeping us safe and putting in links and doing all of that. I just wanted to say that real quick. So you pulled in the energy of Kali, and I wanted to look it up, but I want to look with this one up. Number 11, Forest Tears.
Oh, beautiful.
Isn't that beautiful? So I want to look real quick at just what this says about the forest tears. It says forest bathing. Oh, it's interesting because yesterday I was telling people, I kept getting this message: take a shower and see all of the negative energy washing off of you and see it going down the drain and let go of all of that. It's like I think it was a really good, like, cleansing in the water. And that's what this is about. This is about um the spirit of the forest is okay. Um Oh, wow. If you pulled this card, it's because your soul is longing for grounded nourishment. Self-care is often the first thing we disregard when life becomes overwhelming and the to-do list piles up. So be mindful of the foods you eat and how you treat your body. So seek soul nourishment by being connected with nature and embracing the splendor that is around you.
So beautiful.
Yeah, so between those two, and also I got offerings. I just have to show this card because this card is so beautiful. So it's what we are offering to our offerings and offering up to the earth. And I like this too because she's thick and I'm thick, and so I like that representation in my deck. But okay, you got Kali. So we are to not fear. The Kali is here. It's to break through our fear, correct?
Yes, yes. Kali also brings in an energy of sensuality and creativity. Um, and um, um, and then I also got Lakshmi, so the goddess of abundance. So manifesting and creating our own realities. So, and I think that's huge right now because letting go and being careful of our environment, like your card was, that bathing in the forest and grounding or anchoring to Mother Earth, and
Yeah.
then also creating our own reality because there might be chaos going on all around us, but if we harness that energy, that abundance, and creating our own reality through all the chaos, through working with our environment, what we take in, what we eat, what we watch on TV, what we watch on YouTube, you know,
Yeah. And
changes.
yeah, and oh, remember I told you I was going to write things down because I would forget them. I
Mhm.
forgot something I was going to ask you about. But I think that between Kali and the forest tears, um, I think it's telling us to be bold and to be our true authentic selves, and and to not feel like we should not feel like we're the weird ones. It's more like we're the normal ones. The people who, in a sense, I mean, I'm not saying that. I mean, if if there's people here that are listening either right now or in the replay, if you can't relate and if you haven't experienced these things, um, I would say that Kali's message is to go ahead and let go of the fear and experience these things, because they're wonderful and it's very interesting. Um, why am I going off on that tangent? I do not know.
Well,
Hmm?
Marita's mirror, Cindy, said, "Our group energy is the calm and the storm."
Mm,
And then Silver Star Priestess pulled that up. "We are the storm harnessed."
ah,
Those, you two didn't know it, but man, you came together, and that's just powerful. Both,
yes, yes, we are the
yeah,
normal ones. Amen. Yes,
yep,
Marcia.
Marsha.
Yes, yes, and yes, grateful for the spiritual connections. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. We got a puppy snuggling.
Oh, babies.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
yeah, so that's important. Oh, I think we're the heralds of the Rainbow Warrior generation. Zena, that's beautiful. Um, yeah, so and oftentimes when we have these effing growth opportunities, right? We look at our lives and we look at what really matters. It is a huge growth opportunity to go through those shadows and to
yeah.
work with that and to balance and let go. But so often the society tells us to repress everything,
Right.
right? To be normal, to get the right shoes, the right purse, the right job, the right
Society's norms.
right, 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 to conform. And being outsiders, we don't conform. So we let go of all that.
Yeah. And hi, Mary. And yeah, breathe in love, joy, hope, peace, and exhale fear, anxiety, worry, and stress.
Beautiful,
Yes.
Marcia. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And Mary came in. She says hello to everyone. Hello, welcome. Thank you for being here. So yeah. So I mean, like, I don't know. Is there anything else that we can talk about that might is anybody okay, does anybody have is living in any kind of fear of this growth that we are experiencing, I guess would be a good question. What would you say if somebody was like, oh, like when I said to you, I was scared, I left my body and I got jolted. Oh no, I know that's what I was going to write down. Grounding.
Yeah. So definitely grounding to the earth and the divine mother. Yeah. So I think probably um, a lot of readers do this and a lot of people here do this, but grounding to Mother Earth before we go into meditation, after we bring in our angels and our spirit guides and spirit animals, and then sending a thread down to Mother Earth to anchor us. And you said that the other day, Jane, anchoring, and I love that so much more than just rooting or just grounding, because that anchor gives you that freedom of flow with your energy. And I always send up, and I haven't figured this out yet. Maybe somebody has a better one, a flag or a cord up to Father Sky as well, because I find that that really balances everything. Sending up to him, and lately I've been receiving like a gift of wind from him. So
Oh,
yeah, does that answer? I don't know if that
yeah,
helps.
yeah, I mean, whatever anybody, you just make sure, I think what the message, what I was getting, excuse me, I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. Um, Yeah, so I don't know if anybody else has things that have happened recently in their dreams or in their visions
Well,
that, um, yeah, just kinda change things a little bit.
yeah, yeah, or experience even in waking things. So you, um, I remember as a teenager, I guess I was more of a teenager at the time, where I would hear somebody calling my name often, and I would turn around. And I have, like, everybody thinks, oh, Jane, that's a common name. It's not a common name. Hardly anybody's named Jane these days. Um, I felt very, so that made me, that was another thing that made me feel weird as a child. So, what do you say about it? Did you ever hear anybody call your name when you were out and about? And
Yeah. Okay. This is such a great conversation because I don't know about anybody else here, but do you ever feel like when you're at a funeral that the big party that's going on are not the ones that are in the human form? And so you know, Uncle Joe up there is cracking jokes, and anyway, you just it's like everybody's dancing. There's so much movement. There's so much energy that's not in physical form there. But yeah, I get a lot of uh, people talking to me after they pass. My dad and my stepmom would always come in and say, Terry, Terry, Terry. And then the phone would ring or the doorbell.
yeah, that's the other thing, a doorbell. So I was talking to somebody who was it? They had a dream. I don't know who it was. I think it was somebody around here. I don't know, but they had a dream where um they somebody was calling them. They answered the phone. It was their uncle, I think. And then they had another dream. Somebody was calling them. They didn't know who the person was. So I'm kind of feeling like that's our spirit guides in one way that they try to connect to us. They're like, hey Jane, hey Marcia, hey Kelly, hey Lisa, hey, um, and then you're like, who is there? And nobody's there, and then you really feel like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
So um so there's one thing, and then Cindy says she gets music messages, and that was the notes of knowing was why I kind of named that this live the notes of knowing, because I get music messages through music, and the song that's been going in through my head for the last few days is Carly Simon. I think it's Carly Simon. Did I say Carly Simon? Carly Simon, coming around again. I keep hearing coming around again. So I've come to feel like it's kind of telling me that this is not going to be my last time. I think as light workers, I don't think we're going to get it all done right now. I think we're going to have to come back.
Jane, I think that you're going to be charging back. I think you're like a general. You're a leader. So you're going to be back in charge. Um, I don't know if anybody else remembers coming down, but I remember and this came to me in a meditation too. But I was gonna jump off the grid and come into the physical form, and all my friends around me were like, I go, I'm going in, and they were like, what is she thinking of? She's cray cray, and just jumping down. But um, yeah, so we came here with force to help.
Yeah, yeah, and I yes, and then it's just like, and I still I'm like, why
Yeah.
it's so hard here, and I guess because I know that we okay. So here we go. I'm going to go off on the this tangent. My belief, my own personal belief, is that, and because I've seen energy balls, I've seen orbs, but I've seen actual energy balls that have color and movement. And I feel like those energy balls that I see, that those are inside of us. That is the spark of the divine. That is our essence. That is what we are. That's what we call our soul. So can you relate to that? Do you feel that in a sense, or can you expand on that, or is there something different?
I do, Jane. I agree with you 100%. I feel like our divine light I mean, we all have divine light, right? It doesn't matter um, if we're Republican or Democrat. It doesn't matter if we're on the other side of the planet or whatever. But we all have that divine light, and that's what I see when I meditate. Are all those beings, and it's those orbs of energy, and sometimes they do have different color. Um, and when I see the archangels, a lot of times I see the different colors.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. I just am putting up people's comments as we go
Oh,
through. And
Sue,
I don't mean to
here's
be
her name all the
distracting to
time.
you, but
Yeah,
yeah. To those coming and going, hello and goodbye. And yeah, I think this is, so grounding and hearing our names and doing all those, the energy balls. So
and the numbers when they come in too. I mean, I think that's such a
numbers.
angelic thing, an angelic message. 1111, 333, 911, 811, 666. I was dropping off my car to have some work done the other day, and my odometer was 116699.
I love looking at my odometer. I stop and take photos of it sometimes. I'm like,
Right?
I do. I will
I
pull
do
over and I will take a picture of it. True
too. Yeah.
story. True story. Yeah. So, anybody, just in case anybody was wondering, and it's funny because you've mentioned Jesus a few times. My mascot today is Dancing Jesus and Elephant. Okay, just so you,
Oh,
we
I
have
love that.
Elephant and who is my assistant, and Master Jesus. All right. All right. So if any, so we're at an hour, and I think that that is. I'm starting to feel my neck is starting to feel like I'm having a hard time talking. Um, I want to leave it. I want to put a pin in this. And would you come back and can we have more discussions like this?
I would love that. Yeah, this has been a joy. I can't believe it's already been an hour.
I know, and thank you so much for being here and for talking about these things because I think that the more we normalize these things, because I could get all into Vestal virgins, um, just all the high priestesses, everything that we've been in our lifetimes. There's so many different things that we could be talk about in past lives and future lives and parallel lives and just so much of this stuff that is interesting to me. And if you guys would like for us to do this again, I would love to do this again. What do you think? Would you, is that something you'd be interested in? Yeah.
I would love that. Yeah, yeah. This has been a real joy, and I just see infinite possibilities with it. So yeah, yeah. There's so many wormholes. So I'm sorry if I went down wormholes. I always
No.
say if I see a butterfly, it's gone. I'm off. I do a lot of pitter patter in my mind.
Well, I think that's great. And I will, yeah, yes, Jackie's like, yes, more, yes, more.
Oh,
Yeah, and please do. And we're getting positive. And also, whoops, um, yes. Um, and next week, too, by the way, um, I'm going to have Silver Star Priestess is going to be with me. And I have
oh,
a feeling we're
great.
going to have some of this type of conversation as well. Um,
Love that. I love her.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, yeah. So, 'cause she does that wonderful Friday meditation and her pickup pile and everything else. So, I think we're going to wrap this up, and I'm wondering if let's pull. I would like to pull a card for the collective, two cards for the collective.
Love
Would
that.
you would you like to pull?
Yeah. Are you going to pull a tarot, or are you going to pull?
I'll pull. You know what? I'm going to pull. I'm going to pull an oracle. I'm going to pull. Remember I would kept talking about Kuan Yin. I'm going to pull a Kuan Yin. Oh, and one of the things you said when you were talking about Jesus, that's why And Mother Mary came in. I was so happy. Oh, there's Lizanne. Hi, Lizanne. I'm so happy that Mother Mary came into our time today because I just love it when Mother Mary shows up. So I wanted to say that.
Oh, I do too. So I always see her beautiful um, cloak of serenity, that beautiful blue, that veil that she wears.
Hmm.
I feel like when she comes in, it's just a time for that mother aspect, that divine mother that just kind of wraps us up and gives us a big hug.
Yes, she loves us unconditionally. Yes. Oh, and goodness gracious, I want to pull. I think since we mentioned Mother Mary, I'm going to pull a Mother Mary too. All right. So, and I'm going to have you go ahead and go first and just give us
Okay.
what you got.
Okay, I get Parvati, the goddess of devotion. I am, I'll show her. She's stunning.
Oh, she is.
And um, she says, I am the love that doesn't leave. I am the commit to love. My soul evolves. So just beautiful. Um, and that devotion in being devotion to ourselves and our inner light, I think is so important.
Mm-hmm.
Because so many people, um, so many times as we're growing up, devotion is about a thing, right? Or another person, but devotion to self and our inner light. It's incredible. And then I get um, the Eight of Fire, which Eight of Wands. So speed and multitasking. And I think that's the energy that's coming in right now, right? That heavy energy that's just moving so fast. And as light workers, it's just carrying us.
I think it's also all of the messages that we receive today in this live and as we go about our business through the music too. I mean, it's
Yeah.
the I think that's part of it too.
Yeah, 100%, Jane. Definitely.
What does this Miss Tarot D say here? As a little drag queen, my family was not religious at all, very superstitious, but not spiritual. But looking
Wow.
back at a lot of what I did intuitively, is that yes, exactly, yes, yes,
That's so
yes.
beautiful.
I think
It's
that's why we connect, Miss Tarot D. I think that's one of the reasons why we connect so well. All right. So I'm sorry. Were you done with your card there? Or
yes. I am, Jane.
okay. I pulled a Kuan Yin, and I want to pull a Gil. Now some of these are they can. Oh, okay. All right. So we've got the Ace of Swords. We have the Sword of Truth. This goes very well with the Kali card. I mean, but when I see this card, I get very big Joan of Arc energy, and it's that standing in your power, standing in your truth, being the little child drag queen and saying, I want to wear a dress. Like my son, he's not a drag queen. I'm not saying that he is, but when he was a little boy, he wanted a party dress because when kids would go to parties, the little girl would get a party dress. He's like, well, I want a party dress. And so I bought him a party dress. And then he put it on. And he was like, well, I don't want to wear a party dress.
Oh, that was so nice, though.
Yeah, but I nurtured that. But here we are, we're standing in our power. We've been talking about energy today. And that I think this is confirming that yes, we are balls of energy. We are all meant to be here and to spend this time together. And what's so interesting, my Kuan Yin card is Bamboo Moon, and it
Um,
is number one. So this is the first Kuan Yin card in this particular deck. I got it from, I think this is Alana Fairchild. Yeah. Kuan Yin Oracle.
wow.
I have the other one. I have the Wild Kuan Yin as well. I love that one. But
Those
I've
are
been going to this one. So let me just read what this one says. And oh, that's so cute, Kelly. Yeah.
Did you see what Silver Star said? She said, "Music is universal. It transcends time and space."
Absolutely.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. All of
Vibration.
that. Yeah. Okay. Bamboo Moon. Did you know that there are no mistakes in the universe and all events, circumstances, relationships, and situations are unfolding in perfection with the timing and intelligence of the divine plan? Any apparent delay is in your favor. If something is happening for you right now, then it is perfect too. Divine timing is perfection. It is safe to trust this now. So trust in this moment is what I'm really hearing. And um, there's a meditation and a guidance, and I just don't have the voice to say all of it. But do know that I'm going to put these up on my altar today, and I'm going to be thinking about these today and thinking about our time together. And I sleep with these things under my pillow to see what I get.
That's such a great idea. I never thought about that.
Yeah, I sleep with a key um under my pillow. It's similar to this key. I sleep with a skeleton key under my pillow because it can, and I always say that I can open any door because I never know where I'm going to go in my sleep, and I might need a key. So I picture my, we'll talk about this another time. A
I love it.
key is another story, but I program my key that it can open any door. I can even draw a door and I can open that door. Okay. So we'll talk about keys and lots more stuff on another day. So
I
thank
love
you.
that. Love that.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you, Teri. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Teri's channel and come back for more. Teri has a meditation every single morning. Is there anything else that you're going to be doing coming up, Teri?
I have nothing I can think of right now. I do meditations every morning. I'm going to start doing some more channelings on the weekends.
Oh,
So,
fun.
yeah, but I haven't set a time for them yet.
Okay. Well, good. Good. And tomorrow, wait, is it tomorrow? Tomorrow, I think we're going to have Lisa will be here. Zena's place. We're going to have 2 crones and some cards. And this weekend on Saturday, I'm going to be with Scott. And then next week I have some other stuff, but we'll talk about that at another day. Um, but thank you all for being here. Thank you to the moderators. Thank you to anybody who's liked, subscribed to Teri's channel. We appreciate you all so much. It's really been wonderful, and I love
Mhm.
this talk, and I can't wait to continue it.
Thanks, Jane. This has been great. Loved
Thank
it.
you, Teri. Thank you so much. All right, everyone. As I like to say, remember to be kind, be love, and just be.